Okay, so what I was going to say then is because, okay, so you come from the Facebook, YouTube ad world, transition to TikTok. How do you see TikTok? Because I think we've had enough time with the app now that we can see where the world's heading.
Hmm.
How do you think TikTok is going to change the marketing landscape organically and paid as a cohesive unit? What do you think TikTok's doing in terms of like, and I'll maybe lead the witness a little bit here. I think like Facebook and Instagram are now being reactive to the success TikTok has had and making changes to how their products are structured to model more like TikTok. How do you see TikTok's impact on the industry?
So like, I think it always comes down to like where the attention is, and it seems to be cyclical, right? And like, I'm not going to say I've been in the marketing world for like 15 years, so I've been able to like see these cycles, but just from, studying and like doing that research, it seems to be like that kind of goes in waves. And so right now, to me, TikTok has the attention, right? TikTok is the leading platform. Like you said, every other platform is like trying to figure out ways to compete with TikTok to go to this like short form vertical video style. And so right now, TikTok has the most underpriced attention. That's where all the organic reach is. And so that's why I think they're dominating right now. Will that last forever? Probably not, right? Like I would imagine at some point there's a new kid on the block that comes in, the next generation, they start with that app, and like that cycle continues. So I don't think TikTok is like the end all be all. I think it would be foolish to think like that's going to be the case, that TikTok is king forever. But right now, TikTok is king, and like I don't see that changing anytime soon. So for me, it's like the play is optimized for TikTok, repost everywhere else.
How do you see, because obviously traditionally with all these other social media apps, the issue has been over time organic reach declines. I have some thoughts about that in regards to TikTok. What about you? Like, how do you think that will play out on TikTok?
I think it'll happen. Like I don't like I think every year going forward, it's going to be harder and harder to grow on TikTok. It just makes sense. Like there's going to be more ads coming to the platform. It's going to start to get like saturated with the number of new potential viewers that they can have. And like there's going to get to a threshold where like so many people are putting out content. Once all the brands fully get on, once all those huge budgets come over, I think it's also another thing that's like, it's inevitable. It will get harder to grow in the future, but that's why I'm so like bullish on it right now. Like there's such like a land grab almost, while you can, people hit 100,000 followers in a matter of like a couple months. Like that happens all the time. And like, that's still a possibility right now. Will it be like that in 2 years from now? I don't know.
I have a great question for us. Why do you think it's so tough for us to grow in our space, right? Like we put out good content, but you don't really see many marketers, unless they were already famous previous to TikTok, that just get to millions of followers on the app. Like other categories, it happens more
Yep.
frequently. What do you think about that?
Bro, okay, I do have some thoughts on this. And for me, I think I do a really good job of what I call like the lower and like mid funnel content, like the real heavy, like connection building content, the
Yeah.
stuff where like I know I'm building a really strong relationship with my audience to the point where, I can send out a couple emails and like my program sells out, right? I think I
Yeah.
do a really good job of that. And I think that's something a lot of marketers can do a really good job of as well. But I do feel like it's harder to get those like 500K million view videos in this space
Never got
potentially.
a million views ever.
Yeah, I have one video that's like, I don't know where it's at right now. I want to say it's like around 900K. But it was
Yeah.
like a duet that was like kind of like irrelevant anyway. And then I have one that's like 500K right now. But I just think that the space is a little bit too niche to have
Mm.
some of that viral element. Like one thing that I'm trying to do is figure out the style of video that still fits my content that could be that viral type. Because the pure marketing tip, it's not going to be it, because there's just so many like, I'll call it like consumers on the app that just like don't care about that, right? They're never
Yeah.
going to be like, oh, I'm going to make a TikTok video, or I'm going to run a Facebook ad, or I'm going to land a
Yeah.
brand deal. And so what happens is like you get to this certain threshold where TikTok's now trying to push your videos out even more. But once you hit like a certain critical mass, now it's getting pushed out to people who I would call are more like consumeristic,
Mm.
who aren't going to really relate to that style.